True North Reviews, True North Reviews, True North Reviews.
Hey there, welcome to True North Reviews. My name is Ryan, and today we are discussing the Sir Sly record, The Rise and Fall of Loverboy. This is, of course, not to be confused with the Canadian rock band Loverboy. No. This is an album title. An album title for Sir Sly, who are an indie alternative rock band from California. I was first introduced to them through MLB The Show's video game series back in the early 2010s for their song Gold. I also heard the song Ghost on their debut EP around that same time, I think around 2013. Then 2017 rolled around, and again Sir Sly found me with their latest single at the time, this one being High. Apparently it was featured on Riverdale and 13 Reasons Why. Plenty of reasons why I didn't hear it through those shows specifically. Nevertheless, it's still interesting to think about artists gaining traction through other outlets of media. That's what makes it a shame that I missed out on the most recent project of Sir Sly, which was a collaborative EP with fellow alt-rock group Joywave. Best Friends is what they go by for their name. Very hard to keep up with, but I assume they wanted to keep some sort of low profile. Doesn't really matter though. Their music isn't going to be catered to a top 40 audience anyways. What Sir Sly is though is just a solid alt-rock group with some psychedelia, some trance. They have some great singles under their belt too, but full disclosure, this is the very first project that I've heard altogether as a whole. So hopefully out of this video, me sitting down talking here, I get a better understanding of the group and you guys as well, and understand what Sir Sly is all about. And the first track here is called Honey, which is very twisted. It has a dissonant sounding guitar that eventually gives way to some synthesizers. The lead singer is essentially looking to get his next fix of honey, be that literal or not. I feel like he should just talk to Winnie the Pooh. But in terms of song structure, the second half of the track becomes way more electronic and atmospheric. The vocals on Honey as well are notably being touched up with some auto-tune. It's a fine opening track. I enjoy it actually. Moving on to the record's second cut though, Loverboy rattles with some drums over top a sticky chord progression and melodic hook. Interestingly enough, Loverboy hints towards a terrible loss that is explored throughout the rest of the album's narrative. Continuing with Welcomes the Pressure though, lyrically this is a better song than it is sonically. The verses are disconnected like a drug trip. Again, carrying over similar themes to Loverboy, except with the emphasis on constant comparisons to other people. Now, I've said this in past videos, but I really want to get into Gary Clark Jr.'s music some more. Finally, I have an opportunity here with the track Citizen, since it features Gary. And what he does for this track, he has a guitar solo, which starts out very slow. It doesn't really spend much time deviating from the song's core tune, but at the same time, it becomes much more frantic and unhinged by the end of the track, which I appreciate. Now, keep in mind, I definitely don't expect Citizen to be a single for this record. After all, it isn't all that catchy, but it's still an enjoyable one to sit through. What song is also enjoyable to sit through is Little Deaths, and its lyrics might be too personal to critique, but they seriously have me concerned for the lead singer, Landon Jacobs, his well-being. I'm not concerned for the songwriting process, though, because Little Deaths is an amazing song. It just has that right mix of vocals to match that haunting vibe in the lyrics. Another lyrically depressing moment, as there are many on this record, almost disturbing. It comes on I.M.G, which builds its dynamics through a sinister intro. Complemented by a solid flow, the song gives me the impression that it isn't the first time that Landon Jacobs has rapped. Now, where this record falters, in my opinion, is on the tracks Numb and Thanks. Compositionally, the former is dreamy, as Landon Jacobs, vocally reminds me of someone like Sleeping at Last, Ryan O'Neal. Thanks is also a sobering track that scratches the same itch structurally and sonically. Unfortunately, though, the track just doesn't interest me. To add insult to injury, the track Are We Having Fun has major chords that lend themselves to a happy-go-lucky melody. Now, that would be great if the bridge didn't ruin this track, in my opinion, with those deep-pitched vocals. Even the manipulated audio clips, I could go without them. They seriously made me think I was getting a second dose of AJR after reviewing their record earlier this year. And look, I get it. This album is called The Rise and Fall of Loverboy, so there's going to be some depressing moments to the record. But we're looking for the best music, and while I empathize with Sir Sly and how they're able to write very personal songs on this record, it unfortunately sounds like they're trying to force something out there that's new for the sake of being new. Between the weird vocal production and the genres just being mashed together, there are many artists that come to mind that I fail to see this group's stamp of originality. Sure, it is a feat to put a bunch of genres in a blender and make a song out of that, but I just want to hear what Sir Sly is about. Because yes, I was originally won over by the catchy singles from this group over the years, and there are plenty of enjoyable moments on this record like Honey and Material Boy, but at the end of the day, I can really only make this recommendation if you were into something like the Neon Trees record last year. Yeah, for me, it's a barely passing score of 5 out of 10. Pretty indifferent to it, but I just thought I would, review it anyways. But there you go. There's the album review for today. Make sure you guys sound off down below in the comments. Let me know what you guys think of this music, whether you agree or disagree. I'm here to engage with you guys. If you'd like to leave a like, subscribe if you're new in town. I'd appreciate that. As always, thanks for watching, and have a rockin' day.